Hi everyone, welcome to my YouTube channel. All of the photos and video footage you're gonna see was taken in just 2 days. It's hard for me to explain how amazing this adventure was, so I'm gonna try and share it in the videos and photos that I've captured, and I hope you like it. Now, if you've been on my YouTube channel before, you may have seen a similar video where I go out and photograph 300 eagles. And this is very much the same, but instead I'm taking you behind the scenes on a photography workshop. So I take you to the lodge, the food, the boat that we go out on, and I walk you through basically our whole experience. And if you're interested in joining, well, I've got more workshops in the future, so stay tuned for that announcement. Now sit back and relax as I share my technique to get photographs like these. If you're new to this channel, my name is Shannon and I'm a full-time photographer in beautiful British Columbia. From soaring mountains to hidden waterfalls and elusive wildlife to stunning sunsets, I'm excited to film each step of the way. Whether you're here to learn, be inspired, or simply enjoy some stunning visuals, you've come to the right place. Subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like this. Oh, she's beautiful. Hi everyone, I'm up at a campsite and it is the eve before my photography workshop. It's the Eagle photography workshop, so I'm really stoked. Excited to meet the participants tomorrow, but I'm going to be camping tonight. This is my setup. At some point I'm going to do a full breakdown of my rooftop tent that I absolutely adore. This year I'm going to be spending a lot of time camping in this rooftop tent. I'm going to get a little bit of tea in me, relax, and then hit the bed before tomorrow's big event. So stay tuned. Woke up, got my coffee, packed up my site, which is on my roof, and now I am heading down the mountain to catch my ferry. Fun. In a few hours, I'm gonna be going out on this little puppy. Can't wait. My workshop is about to begin. Now, after meeting the participants, we jumped on the boat and we went to our first wildlife sighting, which is an island only about 20 minutes away. And there we went over camera settings, how to position yourself, and really just getting used to the boat, our camera gear, and chatting with one another. Then our next stop is the accommodations, where we meet the rest of the staff. We get used to sort of our bedroom and where to plug in and charge. And we settle in for the next few days. Amazing food, and now it's time to put things on the charger and get ready for tomorrow. So I will see you in the morning. There is some clouds, which is great for photography. We don't want just clear skies the whole time, if possible, so I'm excited. Good morning, everyone. I'm in my own cabin with an incredible view from floor to ceiling of the ocean. It is a stunning day, and I've had my fill of coffee. In 10 minutes, we're going to be talking about shutter speed, image stabilization, how to hold your camera and see your exposure, whether it's histogram or it's taking a photo and looking at the back of your camera and understanding what it is that you've captured. Is it sharp? Is it focus? All of those things. So we're going to be going through those steps this morning, have breakfast, and then we're out in the water all day today. Now after some coffee, camera talk, and a delicious breakfast, we got out on the boat, and our first stop was along the rocks here. We looked at some of the pictographs, and we learned about the Klahoose First Nation, which we are so grateful to be here learning about their culture. And it really just sets the stage for how important this area is to protect not just the wildlife, but the people and their culture here. As you can see, this is the current. This is the tide that's pushing in, and this is the condition in which we want to be out photographing the eagles. Beautiful. We're just going with the flow. Oh, we got some catching. Here they all come. Beautiful. Look at that. Nice. Snatch right towards us. Now I'm slowing everything down a quarter of the speed. This takes away a lot of the shakes, camera movement. These guys are moving really fast. And later on, I'm gonna show the sort of comparison between normal speed and slowing things down. And of course, I wanna share the highlights. I wanna show you the best pictures. And we were lucky today. We got a lot of action. We're super stoked. And of course, I never knew how much I actually got in camera until I got back to the lodge and exported. Home, sweet home. Beautiful Klahoose. Okay, I am back in my cabin here. I don't even think I can call this a cabin. It's just so nice. So we got back from our day out on the water and it was incredible. The eagles, they didn't all come out. It wasn't like a feeding frenzy, but we're still talking like 50 eagles at a time coming out, grabbing fish. And it was just a steady day out on the water of eagles catching fish. Now I've been out there when seriously the whole sky is just eagles are everywhere and there's just fish just being taken and it's overwhelming. Today, we can all just look at one eagle, here it comes, catches it, another eagle, a couple more behind it. And so I liked it. It was less overstimulating. You feel like you can process what's happening and say, wow, I got some great shots. And I did. I got all of my computer, my cards out, everything is plugged in. And that's my little sort of setup of my gear, just dumping it on the couch down there. So one of the ways that I like shooting is manual mode with auto ISO. That way, if there's some trees in the background, some water, the ISO kind of floats a little bit to fill in the missing gap. Now, the eagle's head and tail feathers are going to be the brightest thing that you photograph in there. So you want to make sure you're preserving those details. And to do that, you need to use exposure compensation down a couple of notches. So sometimes it's a full stop. If it's really sunny out, I'll be down to -1 or even -1.3 at times. Other times, if there's some cloud coverage, which there is right now, and it softens the light, you can be down to -0.7, and that does a pretty good job of preserving the highlights. And today I nailed it. It was a great day out on the water. We did have some cloud coverage, and I'm able to use my exposure compensation to lower my auto ISO so that it's a little underexposed. Now, I will need to bring up the shadows because the underside of the eagles, like the wings of the eagles, are going to be quite dark, especially in the shadows. But that's okay. We have raw images that have so much detail in them that we can easily bring that back in post-processing. This place is amazing. The wildlife, the mountains, the people, I love it here. It's so great. And you do have to have everything kind of line up. You need to have the tides, the fish need to be coming through, and if they are coming through and they're coming up to the surface, of course the eagles will be there. We've seen some sea lions there. They actually came up and were ripping apart some fish. And all the eagles were coming down, and it was really exciting. And then of course the fish bring in other mammals like the orcas. So we saw orcas today. So yeah, it's just been a really good day. It can be stressful sometimes on these workshops because you're hoping for the wildlife that you're there to photograph and teach about. And if they don't show up, that is just sometimes what happens. Or if the weather is just pouring rain and windy. So this is day 1 of what we saw. Let's go and eat some food. And then we're gonna do a little bit of editing, and then we're back out on the water again tomorrow. So stay tuned. Now, I don't normally take pictures or video of my food, but you can see why. Because the food, this location, is amazing. You don't need the wildlife to enjoy your time here. So regardless of the wildlife and the weather, you're gonna enjoy this piece of heaven. That's my windswept hair. There's the lodge back there, the beautiful sauna, and check out that view. It is 9:30 p.m. and incredible sunset, incredible day. We had an excellent time taking photographs. The food was just brilliant. I'm gonna wind down. I've got my laptop here, and I'm gonna go through some of my photos, set them up for some show and tell, maybe tomorrow morning, with a few people that are interested. At the end of the day, after being out on the boat, it really kind of zaps you. I mean, look at my hair, right? With all of that sun. So after we're done eating, it's kind of just winding down and go to bed. And then tomorrow, fresh minds before we get out onto the boat. We might go over some of our settings and reflect on, yesterday, which is today, and about what shots and stuff we want to get the following day. I'll see you guys in the morning. Now the next day we decided to boat south and check out a cool waterfall. This is a fun opportunity not only to take in the beautiful landscape that's around us, but even take some long exposures with our smartphones. Now I've got an iPhone 15 and you can take a long exposure standing on a boat, which is pretty cool. So this is that shot. And then before you know it, we're back with the eagles, and there was no fish at the time for the eagles to catch. So I don't know if they were bored or not, but this poor seagull had 7 or 8 eagles going after it, and it did survive. Perhaps it was just a fun little chase, get some exercise, and most of the eagles were just sitting up in the trees, waiting for the tide to change, because right now is around slack tide. All the wildlife seemed to be chilling at this point, so we decided to go on land and have our lunch. So we're having our lunch, and there's an eagle right there just watching us while we eat. It's great. Now check out this cool gear. One of the participants just had his smartphone, and so he got this rig where you can attach it to binoculars or a telescope, or he got some great video footage and even some photos with this guy. So he's just showing me this rig and how it's set up. Fairly straightforward, and I'll have a link down below if you're interested in checking it out. So after lunch, the tide started to change and increase in speed, and soon the action was gonna happen. And we waited for about 5 or 6 hours where there wasn't a whole lot of standing around, and that's just the way nature works. It doesn't happen on your command, and when it does, it's so exciting. So here we are, we're getting shots of eagles from all around, and it really takes off. There is a lot of action today, more than the day before. And I'm going to show you slow-mo clips and real time so that you can see how quickly, how fast these eagles swoop in, grab the fish, and eat it. Probably the most important thing is that I'm using exposure compensation, bringing my exposure down a full stop. So -1, which I discussed and talked to you earlier about, just so I can preserve those details in the head and tail feathers. Now here's a sequence of images I captured one after another, 20 frames per second of this one bald eagle running into the other. Recording everything in real time is a challenge. It's a challenge to follow the eagles, to get the shot, and it's over so quick. And you're moving in the boat, your arms are moving, the eagles are moving, so there's a lot that's happening. But it's cool to see things in real time, to understand how fast they are, and then be able to slow it down. So the frames per second that I'm using is 120 frames at 4K video quality, and I can slow it down a quarter of the speed. Now I have a whole other video where I talk about my video setup, what sort of autofocus I'm using, how I stabilize the video footage. I will put a video link in the description below if you want to check that out. Now I have stabilization turned on my lens and camera body, whether I'm taking photos or video. For photos, there is this saying that if you are photographing anything faster than 500th of a second, turn off your stabilization so it doesn't work against you. I think the images are few and far between to see some discrepancies, some blur action, especially with the technology now within the lens and camera bodies that are being produced today. What's more important for me than nitpicking the keeper rate is to actually record video and stabilize that. That's very important to me. And the second thing is to actually have my viewfinder stabilized. So even before I'm taking a photograph, I want to be able to see the environment nicely stabilized. That allows me to actually see the eagles, spot it, and follow the action smoothly while I'm taking those photographs. But I'm curious what it is that you do. Are you turning your stabilization off when you're capturing fast action at a 500th of a shutter or faster? Let me know down in the comments. I think everyone is interested in what other people are doing, so please share away. Now, after a brilliant day out on the water, we headed back to the lodge. We had some food, we talked camera talk, learned more about the culture of the Klahoose people, and we relaxed because tomorrow is our last day. But don't let that fool you, because the adventure is not over. We see more wildlife. It's our last day. We're heading out in the boat here in a few hours. This trip has been exceptional. Okay, now we're all racing to catch the BC ferry. Just saw a mama bear and cub off the side of the road or highway. Obviously I was driving. I was gonna pull over, but I mean we're all racing to get to the ferry and hoping that we can get on. So really wanted to stop and take some photographs. They were right on the bridge. Yeah, a great day, more action, even on the way into town. Finishing the workshop by watching some humpbacks breaching. There's two at once. Very nice. Up there. It's so crazy. For like 20 to 30 minutes, these two humpbacks just kept breaching over and over and over again. You never know what you're gonna see when you're out on the water or on a ferry, and so that was quite a treat. I hope you enjoyed this episode and the images and the information I had to share. Thank you so much for watching and for being here, and I will see you on the next episode. Ciao.